Colin Everett has asked how to paint the colour scheme of the Solar Watch from the Adeptus Custodes. So in today's video we're going to show you how to do that. First thing we'll need to do is undercoat the model, and as you can see here I've used Corax white spray. This is a great starting point for this colour scheme. So the colours we'll be using will wash over all the armour using Seraphim Sepia, and I'll thin this down with a little bit of Lamium Medium just so it goes into those recesses a lot better. Then we'll paint all the gold using Brass Scorpion, then we'll shade that using Reikland Flesh Shade, then we'll do some highlights, first on the armour using White Scar just to pick out some key highlights, and then on the gold itself we'll highlight with Liberator Gold. So starting with that wash, I'm just going to apply a little bit of Lamium Medium to my palette, just a couple of paintbrushes worth, and then one paintbrush of Seraphim Sepia. Then we'll start applying this to the model. So all we need to do is just quite happily slap that all over. It doesn't matter if you get on the banding, we'll be painting over that in a bit anyway. And with it being slightly thinned down, it's just going to run into those recesses a lot easier, but also not make the bone armour look too yellowy. With that shade now dry, we're going to use Brass Scorpion to all the gold details, and this is areas like the trim and all these cool little details like on the front there. Now I've thinned this down slightly just to make it easy to control when applying it over all the gold areas, but it also give it a nice smooth finish as well. I'm using a small layer brush for this. Once the Brass Scorpion's dry, we're going to apply Reikland Flesh Shade to all those gold areas, and I'm using a small layer brush for this. Just be careful when going around some of the details as you don't want to end up messing up. Once that shade's dry, we're now going to use White Scar and apply it to all the bone armour. We're going to be picking out raised details, and you want to use a small layer brush for this. With those bone areas now highlighted, we're going to use Liberator Gold, and we're going to pick out the highlights on the gold now. And again, we're just going to be picking out areas that are touching the light, so some of the raised areas like so. And on the shoulder pads, just use the edge of your brush as well, just so you get a nice straight line. Do this over all the model. I'm using a small layer brush. With the gold now highlighted, the armour of the Solar Watch Custodian is now done. So I hope you found that useful, Colin. Keep sending those requests in, and we'll see you again soon. Bye-bye.